ME affects around 17 million people worldwide, and in May, people all over the country are standing up to raise awareness about the disease. From demonstrations to local fundraisers to wearing something blue, people have been taking part, but what does this mean for people living with the disease?
ME is a long-term neurological condition. There's still not a lot of research into the actual origins of the condition, but the main kind of symptoms are fatigue, like unrelenting fatigue, not the same as tiredness, chronic pain, post-exertional malaise, which is where you'll do something and then you'll feel the impact of it later on, insomnia, hypersomnia, all sorts of not very nice symptoms, and it does vary a lot on an individual basis. So one person with ME could have completely different symptoms to another person.
But how can the disease affect day-to-day living?
I first started displaying the symptoms of ME when I was about 14 years old, but I wasn't diagnosed until I was 19. Yeah, kind of day-to-day life now. I work from home, I work part-time. My condition still dictates a lot of the way I live my life, unfortunately, but it's had an impact on my career, not in a positive way as well. So I now run a blog called Life of Pippa about life with chronic illness, and I also work in the charity sector.
I need a lot of patience. I need people to give me time to be able to put my thoughts together. I often need to rewind back to the beginning of a sentence because by the time I get to a subclause, I've lost what the point was. Similar to a viral fatigue. So I came down with the virus and I never felt like I got completely better.
Despite recognition from the UK government and World Health Organization, people with the disease say that there is still little research and knowledge surrounding the illness.
I still think there's a lot of stigma around ME, so a lot of people think they know what the condition is, but the way that it's portrayed in the media, it just it isn't a true reflection of what the condition is. So you might see somebody like me and I've got my makeup on, I've got my hair down, and regardless of the mobility age, you might think I look like any other person my age.
I have lost many friends who have believed that I'm more well than I think I am. And the difficulty is that, yes, I can do certain things, but then there is always a backlash to that.
And for those who live with the disease daily, the campaign is a lifeline.
I think it's understanding that this could happen to anybody. It's very easy to turn your back on something and think, oh no, that doesn't affect me, but there are so many people affected by this condition in such a range of severities that people have described it as kind of a public health crisis because we still don't have a concrete understanding of what causes the condition, and until we have that, how can we possibly work to improve the lives of people with the condition and prevent other people from developing it?
With 250,000 people suffering from the disease in the UK, the Awareness Month hopes to not only reduce any misconceptions surrounding the illness, but also provide better help and medical support. York Atkinson, That's TV.